Jane's Creations, and today I'm going to show you how I make my apple jack and peel soap for fall. In this container here, I have all of my hard oils and butters. Over here, I have my liquid oils, and in here, I have my lye solution, which is my lye and my distilled water. So, as far as my hard oils and butters go, it is cocoa butter, coconut oil, 76 degrees, palm kernel oil flakes, hydrogenated, and shea butter. And over here, I have the avocado oil, apricot kernel oil, olive oil, and pumpkin seed oil. So I'm just going to melt these in the microwave until they're totally melted, and then incorporate them into the liquid oils. And everything you want to measure out on your scale. And I do my soap calc. I put everything through soap calc, and I do it by ounces. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back and I'm about to make my colors. So in this container, I have Goldfinger Gold and Matte Gold mica. So I mixed half and half, about a teaspoon each, in this container here. This is Americana red, but this container is so old and it actually got melted. So the what do you call it? The name of it isn't on there anymore, but it's from Wholesale Supplies Plus, and I believe it's something Americana. And then in here, I have Vanna White. So in each one, I'm just going to add just a drop each of avocado oil. Since avocado oil, oops, got it all over. Since avocado oil is already in my recipe, I won't have to add another ingredient on my list. So I'm just going to pour about 2 or 3 tablespoons in each one. Then I'm going to start to mix, starting with the lightest color first. Oops. I had one of those little mini blender mixer things that are perfect for doing colors, but it broke, so I really need to order another one. And a lot of people just put their colors right into their, soap batch. I don't like to do that. I like to mix it thoroughly first in a little bit of oil. So now I'll go to the gold. And this fragrance, Apple Jack and Peel from Wholesale Supplies Plus, is one of my best-selling. As I was saying, it's one of my best-selling over the holidays, and there's no vanilla content. Alright, I'm sorry about that. My other SD card was full, so I was in the middle of saying that the Apple Jack and Peel fragrance that I'm using for this soap, I get from Wholesale Supplies Plus. It's one of my best-selling for the holidays, and I love it because it has no vanilla content, which means I don't have to add a vanilla color stabilizer. So that's always a good thing. So I'm just going to mix my 3 colors. I have my Vanna White, I have my Americana Red, and I have my Matte Gold mixed with the Goldfinger. Those are from Mad Oils, and the red is from Wholesale Supplies Plus. So I'm just going to set them to the side. Let me see if my oil, my butter is melted from the microwave. which they basically are. I just have a little piece here that still needs to melt, which that'll melt on its own. So now that all my oils are melted and butters, I'm just going to wait for my lye solution to get to the correct temperature. Then we'll start making the soap. Let's see what the temperature's at right now. So 126, and on the oils, 98. Which I'm going to soak this at room temperature, so I just have to wait for my lye solution to get a little bit cooler. So that'll take like a minute, and a few minutes for that to cool down, and I'll be back. Okay, so I will be piping on the top of this soap, so I'm getting my piping bag ready. I have these awesome bags that I get from Amazon. They're nice and big. They're huge, actually. And I'm going to be using this tip. Piping bag is ready to go. When my batter is ready. I'm not sure what color I'm going to pipe on top yet. Out of the three, I still haven't decided. And I have this that's used for closing, bags when you're doing frosting piping, for cakes and stuff. So I'm going to be closing it with that so it doesn't come out at the end. So I think I just have to wait a few more minutes for my lye solution to cool down a little bit more, and then we'll get started. Alright, so to my oils, I'm just going to add about a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. You can get that at Brambleberry or Nature's Garden or Wholesale Supplies Plus. I think I got mine from Nature's Garden. Now what I'm going to do, so my oils are at 91 degrees and my lye solution is at 106. So 91, 92, 93, about 13, 14, whatever degrees in between. I think this is actually cooler. Let me start. Yeah, 102. So you want them to be within 10 to 15 to 20 degrees of each other. So now I'm just gonna pour my lye solution into my oils. And start stick blending. It's this greenish color because of the pumpkin seed oil, which is so good for your skin. And hopefully when I add my colors, it won't distort them too much. So that's all incorporated nicely. Now I'm going to add my fragrance, which is the Applejack and Peel. And it is 2.7 ounces, and then I always add a little tiny bit more. I like my soap strong. Forgot to put my gloves on. That's not a good thing. Let me grab them up here. Okay. You always want to wear gloves because if it splashes, you don't want to get any on you. And I don't know how I forgot because I always wear my gloves. So that was just craziness. Craziness. Oh, yes, it was. And you really should be wearing long sleeves, but it's like 90 degrees here right now with like 98% humidity, so sorry, but I can't wear long sleeves because I'll be roasting. So as you can see, it's at a nice trace right about now. So what I'm going to do is take some of my batter and pour it into this one here. Get my rag. Now that I have 3 separated batters, just want to keep them nice and stirred. And this is such a pretty color just on its own, but we will not be doing that color today. So I'm going to start with the darkest one. No, I'm sorry, the lightest one. So I'm going to be putting my Vanna White in this one. If I need to, I can always add a little bit more of titanium dioxide to this. Then in this one over here, we will be doing some gold. And then the last one is some red. And I'm only putting a drop of the red because I remember making a soap with that Americana red a while ago, and literally when I was washing with the soap, the red was coming all off into the shower. It's very strong. So this got a little bit lighter, not much. So I think I'm going to put some titanium dioxide in here. And I usually dilute it in water. Do I have any of that left? I don't think so. But, let's see if I can open this jar. Ah, it's tight on here. Oh, there we go. So I'm wondering if I just put it in, if it'll dissolve. Which Guess we'll find out. So it got a little bit lighter, not much. When it cures, it might turn lighter. So I'm just going to leave it like that, because that could be like a nice apple color. It's a beautiful gold. Loving the gold. I think I'll do the inside of the soap with the gold and the red, and then pipe that other color on top. Here. I love this mold. It's from not Brambleberry, it's from Essential Depot with the rack, and I just love it. So I'm not going to do anything super special with this. I'm just going to be laying in like a layer of red, a layer of gold, doing a little swirly thing. Tapping it down, making a mess as usual. I guess if you want to call this kind of like a in the pot swirl. Just pull this extra. Every little bit out of your bowl. You don't want to waste any soap. Give this a tap. Let's get the rest of this red out. I really like this red because it's not like a Christmas red. It's more like a you know, like a fall rusty red type. Like I said, you want to get every little bit. And when you get every little bit out, it's easier to clean up as well. side. Now, I'm just going to tap this down a bit. And let me see, what can I use? Okay, I'll just use this spoon that I mixed the ingredients with. Let me just wipe that. That. I'm just going to go in and ever so lightly just give it a little stir. And that's it. Like I said, nothing crazy. I basically just wanted some fall colors. I just put a little layer of this on top and mix it in as well before I do the piping. I have to wait for this to get a lot thicker before I can pipe. So let's just turn this into there. It should make a cool little design maybe inside. I think at this point it's just going to look like one big color. But that's okay. This soap is actually for my brother-in-law and his wife Jess. We're going to Maryland, so I wanted to bring them a soap, even though they're going to have to wait for it to cure. But I'm going to unmold it Friday and do half a loaf for them, and I'm going to keep a half a loaf. And they just keep it in their bathroom like that. It'll smell really nice, and then as it cures, they could cut off slices. So I'm just going to wait for this to get nice and thick, that I can get ready to pipe it, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do then. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, so my batter has been sitting for about 20 minutes now, and as you can see, it's beautiful and thick and ready for piping. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm just going to fill up this piping bag. There's so much extra up here that I'm not even going to have to worry about putting that purple tie thing on it. So I'm just going to start by doing two rows going down. Then I'll probably do one down the middle. Oops. Don't want to air bubble. Okay, now I think I'll just go straight down. Like so, to do one last. That's about it. Now what I'm gonna do is I melted some melt and pour soap with some green, forest green color. I think it needs I don't really want the skin on it, so I'm gonna just put it in the mic for another 5 or 6 seconds. Just to get that skin off of it. And you don't want it too hot because you don't want to melt your soap up here. So I'm just going to take a spoon and drizzle it with some green melt and pour. As you can see, this fragrance, the Applejack and Peel, really behaves very well, and you have a lot of time to work with it. Just want to get a nice green color all over the top. Like so. Then I have some ground cinnamon, and I'm just gonna ever so lightly, just a tiny bit, just a little touch. Like so. I was going to put debating whether or not I should put some of these star anises. They're so pretty. I only have 8 of them, so even if I was just to put it in the half of the log that I'm giving to my brother-in-law and his girlfriend Jess. So maybe I'll just stick some in like so. Just a couple for decoration. Just do 4. I'll just do 3 because I'm going to give him that much of the soap. Battery's about to die, so I'm just gonna real quick little glitter, and voila, there you have it, Applejack and Peel. And I will take pictures of it and do a cutting video tomorrow. So there you have it. Stay tuned for the cutting video. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like if you like the video. Please hit the notification bell. And I appreciate everyone watching. Everyone have a blessed day. And look for more soaping videos coming soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a blessed day. Bye.